What? So I'm live. Yeah. I don't know why I turned this thing on, but I'm coming home from a gig at Kurrawa Surf Club, and we just spent, what did we do? Loaded in at 1 o'clock, and it's now 8:44 after dropping off the PA. And I wanted to talk about if you're in a cover band, like I've told people before, I've been in original bands most of my life, so now I'm in this cool thing, cover bands, where it's really about the crowd, and you try and make all your songs perfect, and you have to adjust all your songs so that people will stay and dance constantly, and you're constantly monitoring that you're not too loud for them. You want them to be happy and alert, and I like to put on entertainment. This is what happened tonight. So we're at the Kurrawa Surf Club with the Titanics, and I'm the singer of that band, and we got a guitarist, a bass player, and drummer, and we play lots of rock songs. So we often, you have to adhere to like 100 dB noise meter everywhere you go, so we're down with that. That's good, that's fine. When we start playing, it was for a friend's sort of going away back to London party, and he's 60, so we were expecting, the 40 to 50-year-old to 60-year-old crowd. We get there, the room, I guess this particular podcast is only for musicians who regularly do gigs, and it's the subtleties of small things and how they can affect you and how they can change the crowd. What happened tonight was we were in one part, a stage area, and I looked at it and went, no, this is kind of like the way it's set up. There was a pole in the middle of the dance floor. We had to be behind this big, 30 centimetre pole. And we had this huge sort of band room, which was on concrete, coloured concrete. And then you had all the punters, as we call them in Australia, but people next to the bar, which is all carpet area, and I'm like, oh man, we need to be on that carpet over there. I don't care about the dance floor rules. I can tell that we need to be on that carpet to deaden this sound so that the volume can be a little bit better and we'll be amongst the people. But typically, like every venue has a boss or a manager that has no idea about entertainment most of the time. They just go, no, the rules are you've got to be over there. And then they'll wonder why it sounds average. They just don't have a clue. Anyway, so not that happened today. Here's the thing: we did this gig and we were constantly quiet, just playing quieter than we've ever played as a band. And I realised halfway through all these sets that we were playing so quiet, it's exactly what they wanted, that the people were having 100% conversations with each other and just clapping a little bit after our songs. And we did about 15 songs like that, and it dawned on me right in the middle of this song. I thought, you know what? There are restaurant bands. Those restaurant guys, the duos and stuff, and they just sit in the corner and they play those songs, and no one even knows why. They play the songs, and it's just their job to put a guitar in their hand and play that. And you realise, look, I don't really have to clap to the guy, but I do because I'm a musician, so I clap whenever those songs are finished. But basically it's kind of annoying because there's a guy in the room playing some sort of instrument. And all right, so we were like that. Hang on a minute, we're a rock and roll band playing so low that people stopped clapping because they fell into that mode. They were that crowd, and we were the restaurant band. And I thought that would be okay weeks ago. I thought, to get more gigs on this dying scene, we'll just be a restaurant band. And then it dawned on me, that's the real difference here. You've got to, if that's the way you're going to play, that's the response you're going to get, and it's a soul-sucking feeling. And interestingly, at the same time, Al, our drummer, just cracked the shits during a song as well, and he just went, nah, end the song here. And I'm like, you're right, man. I just couldn't care. And then we thought, And then I made a conscious decision in my mind. I went, you know what? We've already done half the gig. These people are so old. They were old, by the way, over 60 too. So they were scratching their heads to songs that are 20 years old. You know, the 90s, 20 years ago. So of course they're too old for the 90s, but they're still 20-year-old songs, some of these songs. On the radio still. So I went, stuff it. You know what I mean? I'm going to prove the difference here. All we need to do is entertain people, and no matter the volume, the people will be entertained. And in 10 seconds later, once I started to actually go, no, I'm entertaining here. I'm not gonna sing my head off and make it loud, but we need to entertain. And even if I scare people every now and then with a little bit of a da da da, yeah, weird that, but I could just feel people sort of going, whoa, what's this? Oh, that's interesting. Who's this guy? Hey, let's have some drinks. Let's watch this bit of entertainment. Next minute, within an hour, everyone's dancing, and we had the worst possible gig of all time. It was the most horrible, sucky afternoon. And so we finished the gig, and we were like, oh man, that was horrible. Everyone was dancing at the end, but we just had this air of mope about it. Like, man, what is this? People didn't even know the middle bit to Jailbreak in Australia. You know the middle bit? With a bullet in his back! You know what I'm saying? No one knew that in this whole room of 60 people, 80 people. And they said, it's like, oh man, we are on two different planets here. Anyway, but at the end, we walk out, and I swear it was the best reception we've ever had. All these old people were over the moon about us. Like, that was the greatest show we'd ever seen. We gave out 7, real inquiries. Like 7, we want you to play at our surf club again. There was the boss. He actually phoned his friends and said, you got to come down here. We've got the band. We need this band at our venue. That's the Kurrawa Surf Club. This guy actually drove down with his wife just to see us during the set. But we were just staring out at these blank faces the entire time. And if you're a musician, you'll know this. I'm going to ask you, before this thing cuts out, I'm going in the mountains. Do you get frustrated by people's faces? You know, that Homer Simpson look of just like, oh, I don't know. You know, sometimes you're looking out, and it depends on what mood you're in, but you can look out and go, I just can't tell what these people are thinking. They're staring at us. I can't tell whether they like us or not. And I can crack some jokes in between songs, and they work well, and they will laugh. But as soon as the music starts again, I just can't tell where people's faces, where you just got these blank faces looking back. You know, when I see anyone entertaining, maybe because it's who I am, but I don't know. But if I see an entertainer entertaining, I have this really sucky, Libran kind of style of thing where I sort of have to show them that I care about them. You know what I mean? Like a real douche. Like I have to show them, hey, you're doing a good show, mate. Keep going. I'm here to support you kind of face. I find it really weird that I'm particularly like that, and I will bet 90% of most people aren't really like that. And if they hate it, they'll just go, yeah, that sucks, and they'll give you that face. Anyway, it was one of those days, really mixed emotions. We were all sort of arguing on stage too. Like we were something, you know, was so low, the sound was so. And hey, this is going to cut out because I'm out in the mountains. But that was my quick podcast about some funny musician-y sort of stuff. So my suggestion is to you, if you don't play music and you're in a restaurant, always clap for the guy. You know what I mean? Just show some emotion on your face that it's good, or if it's bad, just don't even look. Or whatever. Not that. Just don't show that horrible, just stare like face where you're just going, I've got no emotion.